Last week, a notification popped up on my phone, and it said that my average screen time was 6 hours and 29 minutes. There was some shame. I began to think about the impact of screen time in my mental health. I'm Brett Laxon, and I'm here to discuss the impact of the internet and our mental health. In the age of smartphones, social media, and other things like that, as our constant companion, scrolling through Instagram, liking posts on X, TikTok, Facebook, it begins to feel like second nature. Yet this digital connection, it comes at a cost to our mental health. Social media harms our mental health. It fuels anxiety, depression, self-doubt. And as I've studied its effects, I urge you to recognize this crisis and take some simple steps to protect our well-being and our mental health. By understanding how these platforms like Instagram, X, Facebook impact our mental clarity, it helps us to adopt mindful habits and reclaim our peace and our resiliency. Our book emphasizes that persuasion begins with a clear problem. So what's the problem? Social media's impact is alarming. It breeds comparison, crushes our self-esteem, and it fuels depression. You know, these platforms, they showcase perfect lives, perfect careers, perfect bodies, perfect vacations. And it makes us feeling inadequate inside because why am I not having that? Why can't I have that vacation? You know, a study in the Lancet found that teens spending over 3 hours daily on social media reported higher rates of anxiety and depression linked to comparing themselves to these influencers. Let's picture a teen scrolling on Instagram. They see these airbrush models, and they begin to feel unworthy. It's not just a bad mood or a bad feeling, it's a mental health hit. And we do this day after day, scroll after scroll, hour after hour. Next, social media fuels addiction. It hijacks our attention. Algorithms keep us hooked. Endless notifications. And it steals time and connection from the people that we love the absolute most. Sherry Turkle in Reclaiming Conversation argues that compulsive screen time reduces face-to-face interaction and leaves us lonely. In another article called The Growing Problem of Loneliness, studies show loneliness correlates with worse mental health outcomes like stress disorders. So let's think about it. You know, when was the last time that we ignored a friend, ignored a phone call, just to lay in our beds and scroll on social media? There's a dopamine rush from this that is a hollow substitute for human connection. I live in the world of recovery, and the other day I saw a meme on social media that said, before you judge an addict, put your phone away for 24 hours, and every time you think about it, that's what addiction is like. It's pretty scary. Third, cyberbullying thrives online, and it drives harm. X, other social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, they can become battlegrounds where these cruel comments just cut you absolutely to the core. The National Institute of Mental Health notes that cyberbullying victims face increased risks of suicidal thoughts, and that blows my mind. Um, Imagine a young person reading hateful DMs. Uh, they're not just words; they end up as wounds. Um, the social media's anonymity empowers these attackers, and and it leaves scars that therapy can't always quickly heal. If we ignore it, we're basically allowing uh, a digital wild west that erodes our mental health. So what can we do? We can fight back without ditching social media. First, set boundaries, limit screen time to under 2 hours daily. Use apps to assist us with limiting that screen time. Um, One of the resources I used, Turkle, said that she suggests a device-free zone like meals to restore focus. We try leaving our phone in another room and have dinner with the people that we love the absolute most, and being conscious of our feelings in that. Second, carefully choose what we see on our feed intentionally. Unfollow accounts that spark envy, jealousy. The luxury bloggers, the my life is perfect people. And third, we're going to prioritize real world connections. Social media cannot replace hugs, cannot replace a laugh with somebody. They can't replace coffee with somebody. We have to have that connection. The main driver I want to push is that we imagine a world where we control social media, not social media controlling us. How would we feel after that? We'd feel lighter, we'd feel less anxious, we'd feel more connected, and we'd be willing to live in community more. If we don't act, we risk sinking deeper into the digital despair. The algorithms are just going to absolutely keep getting better and better, and they're going to keep us on social media, on our phones, and hooked on this, until our society becomes an absolute mental health crisis. So let's not let algorithms steal our peace, right? Let's choose mindfulness. Let's choose the people we love the most. Let's choose connection. And absolutely, let's choose ourselves. Thank you.